Hello everyone, my name is Anas Abdulaziz Al-Banna and in this video I'm going to talk about the Netherlands. But first you should know that traveling is good to your health, especially your heart, since it helps you to release stresses and to refresh your mind. Yeah, I understand we can't travel right now unfortunately due to coronavirus, but soon this all will clear off and we will be able to travel again. So if you haven't decided where to go, then trust me, the Netherlands is worth to be on the top of your list. In the beginning, this country often mistakenly called Holland, which is one of the Netherlands provinces that ruled the country in the past, but nowadays Holland is just one part of the Netherlands. The country is located in the northwestern Europe, along the North Sea, bordered by Germany and Belgium. And the reason why they call it the Netherlands is because whole country under the sea level. And without the Dutch brilliant engineers, the country would go from looking like this to this. The Netherlands has 12 provinces and kind of has two capitals. Amsterdam, the largest city and the economic hub. Beside it has the Royal Palace. The other capital is The Hague, which holds the seat of the government as well as the International Court of Justice. The other main cities are the Haarlem, Utrecht, and Rotterdam. So, why did I choose this country for you? Well, first thing, the Netherlands is consistently ranked among the best countries in the world in terms of quality of life. And that's actually translates to a general happiness and welcoming spirit from the local residents. It is also the 14th safest country in the world and can be navigated with ease since most people in that country speaks English very well. Second thing, it's a small country. And this is actually one of the coolest things about the Netherlands, that you can explore and experience a lot of things in one single trip. For example, head to the magical city, Amsterdam. It's a warm and welcoming city for all visitors with love throughout the year. It is also known as the Northern Venice because this city divided with water canals and colorful historical buildings built on these canals. In addition, lots of bridges that divided the city. Also, Amsterdam holds more than 300 festivals every year. And if you love nature, you can spend time in Vondel Park in Amsterdam as well, where you can relax in a quiet environment away from the noise of the city. In addition to the existence of the green areas and flowers all around Amsterdam, as this city combines the nature life with city life. And speaking of nature and flowers, you can also walk between the tulip flowers in the fields spread around the cities. Also, you can visit Kokenhof Garden, the garden, they call it the Garden of Europe. In general, the Netherlands is usually in its colorful state between the end of April to the beginning of May. The Netherlands also is quite famous for its windmills. If you travel to that country, you will find them almost everywhere. But I recommend to go to Zaanstad, where you can see at least one windmill from inside to know how ancient Dutch were clever. And this actually leads me to the next point, Geton, which looks like something came out of a fantasy novel. This village gives you the opportunity to experience life as the Dutch lived in the 18th century. This village has no roads, but only water canals and sidewalks. The best thing to do there is to rent an old hut and to move around with a small boat. And if you want something little bit more futuristic, then head over to Rotterdam, one of the Europe's architectural capitals. It was carpet bombed by the Nazis in the Second World War, and that unfortunately destroyed the entire city, but in the same time gave them an opportunity to rebuild from scratch. Now Rotterdam is one of the amazing architectural cities in Europe, and it is definitely worth to visit. The Netherlands also is a home to some famous museums, such as Van Gogh Museum and the Rijksmuseum. In fact, lot of museums there, so if you are interested in art history, it is the place to visit. And if you were into amusement parks, then definitely head to the Efteling. It is the fairy tale park for all ages. No matter you were young or adult, I promise you will enjoy there. And speaking of enjoyment, it can be added to your trip by renting a bicycle and make a tour around the city, or by cruise through water canals, and you can do that with reasonable price and pay it in euro. It's good to mention here that the Netherlands is not that expensive. Finally, don't forget to try some local food such as herring and croquettes, and of course to buy some souvenirs such as the wooden clocks, which is quite famous there. I hope you enjoyed this video that I prepared from my previous trip to the Netherlands, and who knows, maybe there are a lot of interesting things that I did not discover since my last trip was only 6 days. Thank you and have a safe journey.